Hello and welcome to chapter 33 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. To be honest, this week it's going to be a bit hectic because a lot of stuff happened. It was a busy week in many areas, and some good stuff happened, some not too good stuff happened, but even to this day, I'm recording this at 12:41 a.m. Yes, we're back to the weird um, times to record this show. So yeah, this very day, like today, I um, I had experience that was worth enough that I'm going to actually name this episode after that. MMORPG Tycoon 2. Now I watched it from Spitting Brief, a spiffing Brit, spitting brief. That would be actually a good parody channel, but yeah, a spiffing Brit channel had a video on it, and I looked at it, and I honestly looked fantastic, and I got it, and I played it, and it's really good, incredibly good. For someone like me who loves tycoons, and one of my favorite games of all time is actually, oh, I'm sorry for that. One of my favorite games of all time is the movies from Lionsgate. Actually, on that regard, maybe I should rename this because I played a game by Lionsgate that I haven't played before, Black and White 1. I've played Black and White 2 and I love it, but Black and White 1 was so old that I wasn't sure that it could be run on my computer, and it didn't the first time I got it, but I found an unofficial fan patch and it worked great. And God, is that game rough around the edges. I think the problem is I'm used to Black and White 2 controls, so Black and White 1 just feels janky. Anyways, before we get there, my drink today is another blue drink, but it's not. Let me just pour myself a glass there. It's not blue curacao syrup and water, it's blueberry syrup and water. And yeah, I made it again in the picture. I have a new glass. We bought a bunch of new glasses. My mother bought a bunch of new glasses. These look like the old ones. Like for my Iranian listeners out there, if you ever had to go on a cross country trip with a car driving, you probably have to at some point, if you do it long enough, have to stand at a um, restaurant, inter city restaurant in the middle of nowhere, and they have these glasses that are like have this odd shape. Like, let me count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know what you call, like, I know pentagon has 5 sides, octagon has 8. I don't know what you call a 10 one that has 10. Hexagon is 6, I think. I don't know. Anyways, it has 10 sides. It has a very peculiar shape. My mom bought 6 of them because we needed like glasses, and I've been drinking out of them ever since because it's kind of nostalgic for me. Mm. If you can hear it, I'm not. If you can hear the noise from the outside, they're watching TV. But I'm in my room. But the walls aren't very thick, which is kind of a problem because pretty soon I have to record the American Gods video, which the script is finalized. I even got a remote for my camera, my Canon camera that I'm going to use. Now I don't have to worry about standing up and changing the set every time I need to re-record. I can just do it with a remote, which is fun. I will probably record the footage I need tomorrow and work with that because the editing is going to take a while. At the same time, I'm writing the script for the Nostalgia Critic episode, and after that is the Kanan one. I somewhere in there I need to put a Batman Ninja. Anyways, as I said, this week was kind of crazy in terms of stuff that happened. Saturday I had a good old-fashioned meet and greet with a few friends, and tomorrow I'm going to have another one with a few other friends who I'm going to meet tomorrow evening. Tomorrow I mean Friday, like in like 18 hours, I think. I'm not sure. What am I saying? Anyways, MMORPG Tycoon 2. That I mean that's great. That is a great game. I do love games that let you create your own story. Like Sims, the movies, as I mentioned, and all of them have these like little details, and they let you create your story. And MMORPG lets you create your own video game, which is something I do love, and I don't have any idea how to. Like my favorite forms of storytelling are in order: movies, novels, video games, comics, and last but not least, theater. Theater is last because uh, I have more bad memories of it, of being in it, not watching it. But yeah, all of these forms, I have a baseline understanding of how to do movies. I mean, it's my passion, it's my career. I know perfectly how to create a movie. I know how to write a good story in written form, in prose. That I know. And let me just take another sip. Amazing. And as I was saying, um, comic books I've dabbled into quite successfully recently, and I'm actually not. I wouldn't mind if I could start working on that too. Maybe write a comic script that actually get people to make it. And theater I've written for and I've done quite a lot ever since I was very young, like in high school. Oh no, middle school, the last year of middle school. But I did it more professionally in high school. And all of them, I have a baseline understanding of what they need and what the process of creating it is. Even comics, I've never made one, but I know what the process is because I watched a bunch of documentaries and I've read a lot about comics. And I know a few people who do comics, so they've told me. And the weird thing is, I know a few people who have done video games, but I still don't know how you could make it. I don't know the process. Like, okay, you need a story, that's for sure, and the script is, well, it's quite similar to a movie script, but you have interactive stuff in it, and that's the part that trips me. Like, okay, I have a story. Uh, Actually, if you go back, let me see exactly which chapter it is. Chapter 29, actually. It's from season 2. It's a video game idea, and I talk about the video game idea that I had, and um, I mean, the interactive part really trips me up. I don't know how should I approach it. The story comes first, or the gameplay, and how do you do the gameplay? Like, I don't understand programming, even though I've done it, believe it or not. Back in middle school again, we had a computer class, and I joined, and I we did a bunch of C++ programming. I actually made a very rudimentary, like text based, like it's like a note file calculator, which is the first thing I think everyone makes. And I think when we ended, we were making like a very basic, and I do mean basic, version of the Nokia phone Snake, but it still is a mystery to me. And the fact that I don't remember anything, I don't even know how to open the application right now. I don't know how do you write it. It should tell you a lot. But I don't understand that. So this game, MMORPG Tycoon 2, which I haven't played the first one, I looked it up. It seemed a bit too outdated visually. I mean, one of the reasons I love MMORPG Tycoon 2, I've had a blast playing it today, and I might find it boring by next week. And if I do, I'll tell you. Even though, to be honest, I get bored super easily from the games that I don't find more potential into. But some games, even though they could be repetitive, I do love that repetitive nature of it. For example, democracy. That's a Persian pronunciation for you. Democracy 4 was very repetitive, but I did love every aspect of it. Project High Rise, I love. Again, the movies Black and White too, they are not groundbreaking in terms of possibilities. I mean, the movies is kind of. You can do a lot of different stuff, but Black and White 2, I do go back to it and play it every now and then. I should do the DLC. But you know, if a game becomes repetitive and not fun, and I don't see the potential in it, I get bored easily. Actually, bringing back to the YouTube channel stuff, the AK88 Studios YouTube channel, one of the episode ideas that I have for The Good, the Bad, and the Interesting is the game Omerta City of Gangsters, which will come out at some point. I do have an allergic reaction, by the way. It's seasonal allergies, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit too nasally. I hope I took a cold and sinus. I don't know. I took a pill, a cold adult cold stop pill, and I hope by tomorrow it goes away because I need to record tomorrow. I don't need to. I want to record tomorrow. And what I was talking about. Oh yeah, one of the reasons I love MMORPGs Tycoon 2 is the visuals. Like it's so stylized in a good way that I can't help but love it. And there are a lot of stuff that I haven't even discovered yet. Like, um, just as soon as the tutorial finished, I came back and I started a new game and I started making like in my head the best version of World of Warcraft. It's called The Land of Heroes, and you start like at the Land of Forgotten Souls, and you can play one of the three classes and all of that. There are a lot of stuff that I wish it had, but you know, it's an early access game, so I'm hoping by the time it officially comes out, it'll be much better. For example, another early access game that I thought was very repetitive, but turned out to be really good was YouTube Life Simulator. I know. Uh, I do have it on my laptop, YouTuber's Life, and it's really good. And I'm just looking at my games here. I should finish a Stronghold Legends 2. It's been here for a while. I finished all 4 campaigns and half of Siegfried. I need to start Vlad, which is really hard, like incredibly hard. But yeah, and I'm making like my own version of it. And I don't have access to dungeons, for example, guilds, parties, because I need to, how do you say it, upgrade the game. And that, I mean, the thing about spiffing Brit videos is that it tells you all of the tricks, and there are a lot, and I can use them, and they are profitable and good. But to be honest, I also like to have like good looking stuff, which is why at some point I need to find like a balance when I'm playing between spiffing Brit, which is, you know, exploiting the game to get to the good stuff that are behind like a level wall, I guess. And James Turner, who makes beautiful stuff that take a long time, and he just plays the game by the game's rules and makes beautiful stuff. So yeah, actually James Turner is doing a whole series, new series on movies, the game, which is really fun. I should do that, I think. And by that I mean I think I don't want to live stream myself playing movies. I always have this idea in my head that if I ever um, have a good internet connection and a laptop or a computer that can handle it, I would love to stream myself playing the movies and just do chatting while I manage the movie studio. It would be boring because the way I play the game is not very exciting. I do make risky choices, but I can play MMORPG Tycoon though, at Tycoon 2. But that would be also boring because I think I do play this game a little bit conservatively, uh, meaning I do try to. It would be boring because I wouldn't play them as much as I would plan them. Like, I think the best way you can see that is in Prison Architect, which is a game I do love, but Prison Architect is the best way of see how I play. I spend like hours or days designing a prison, but as soon as I open it, I kind of lose interest after 5 minutes, which is stupid. But yeah, I guess I do like managing stuff, which means I'm picking up a wrong career as a creative. There were also the Black Hats. Oh my fucking god, the Black Hats. I should have named this episode the Black Hat. We had a bunch of blackouts throughout the week, which was really annoying and not very helpful. And really a strain on my psyche. And I would have talked about them if I wasn't so excited about MMORPG Tycoon 2. Um, and yeah, I also, in my head, redid the outline for my novel, uh, Goodbye Beautiful, which for you bilingual people is Bella Ciao. It's because of the song Bella Ciao, but not the actual one. It's the English translation done by Norman Nowicki and a band called Crocodile. So yeah, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. One morning when I woke up, I saw fascists all around. So yeah, and I did a lot of in my head though. I should sit down and write it. I am of the mind that write fast, rewrite slow. I mean, and every time I stick to it, it has worked brilliantly. I think the stuff that I wrote very quickly, like every idea that comes in my head, you just write anything, and then you go back and look at it and try to pick out the weird stuff and just trim it into something beautiful. But yeah. Oh, and as I said, when I have a lot to talk about, these episodes fly past me. I have less than a minute. Do send me a message on Anchor if you want. I will be playing it at the beginning of the next episode. The next episode, by the way, is the 1 year anniversary of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind, which is exciting for me and nobody else. It's actually the 12th of July is the anniversary, but I'm going to make it next week. I might do something special, I might not. It definitely the next episode will be about that. So yeah, do send me a message, like, comment, all of that. And I hope to see all of you with me next week.